Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, it's the second of 3 games here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. The second of 3 games here on this Sunday. We continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. And he returns this to the 22.
Ready?
Now it's JCM, Jacory Krosky-Merritt. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Tag! Viking 18! Hawk 70! Hawk 70!
Back to Krosky-Merritt on 1st down. We'll get this to about the 38. From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Daniels. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. 19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Cut 19, cut 50, cut 19 Lions.
To throw is Daniels. He'll swing this out to Krosky-Merritt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards to pick up. 1st down, Washington.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
Get it! Ready!
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. They work now on 2nd and 9. To the air goes Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. They'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Text match, text match.
Daniels with a give to Krosky-Merritt. A strong line. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. Daniels looking to throw. Now an ill-advised throw back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Buffalo 18, Panther 11, Panther 11. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Milton. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
To throw, it's Milton. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Okay,
3rd and 19.
Tag. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Now Milton. Trying to set up a screen for Blue. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do, and you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now as he has started this wild card round with a flourish. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. '60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Here we go, shot. 7, Bronco 80. Ready?
Throwing is Milton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
70, Mustang 19. 18, Pioneer.
Here's Milton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this was all about letting the offense just get settled in.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Here we go.
They threw an interception. The first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as you're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Warriors 17.
Here's Daniels. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Dragon 60. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
19, go!
On 1st down, it's Blue. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's go now. Ready?
Here's Milton now to throw. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Go! Lightning, 18, rig alert, rig alert.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
It's fourth down.
And his kick is indeed good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week?
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Inside the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Mark Andrews from 13 yards out. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead now stands at 13. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on the 35-yard line.
Hold it ready.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're really confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football, and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready.
Now Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. Over the middle, complete. It's Lane. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. 19 sight, 19, Buffalo, Hawk, 7, 70, Panther 11, Panther 11. Shot 60, shot 60. Go.
Back to throw. Daniels. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From 17 yards out. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 13-7.
Commanders 7.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. KaVontae Turpin now from his end zone. And Got what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
58 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
65 catch, 60, Bronco 80. Cup 19, Cup 19, Dragon 60. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler.
To throw is Milton. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Panther 6, Warriors 70.
Looking to throw. Milton. That is caught by Lamb. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Operating from the gun, Milton. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Mustang 19, 7 Pirates, 79 Broncos.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. A run inside, Krosky Merritt. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Panther 11, trap 60, trap 60.
Play action, now it's Daniels. That is into the hands of Krosky Merritt. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Ready, set.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Cougar 19. Viking 18. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go.
Out of the gun, they go with Krosky Merritt. And a Good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll change things up. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Up the middle, Krosky Merritt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Check. 18, Rattler. 18, Mustang 19. 70 Ranger. Dragon 60.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Buffalo 70 Lions. 19 Lions. 19 tight. 60 Bobcats.
Back to throw. Daniels to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Operating from the gun, Milton. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is right there. It's good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Jaden Blue, 83 yards. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Aubrey now for the point after. And the lead is now 13. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
19 tight, 19 tight. Dragon 60.
They go play action. Daniels. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels setting up the screen. Crosby Murray. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's good for Washington. First down.
Working out of the gun. Daniels. And he will go down. A Cowboy slam. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
60, 60, 60. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Back to throw. Daniels. This to McLaurin out on the left side. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll audible to something else.
Panther 11, Cat Warriors, 79 Broncos. Buffalo 18, Cup 19, Cup 19, Mustang 19. Ready.
Throwing now is Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
For a rookie first rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Milton.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Play action. Milton. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Here's Bryan Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taking it about the 36. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Here we go.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. To throw is Daniels. That'll be caught downfield by Morton. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Back to throw now on first down.
Now Daniels going to keep it.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
Commanders first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
On first down, it's Krosky Merritt.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Ready.
They'll try again. This time he's in for a Commanders touchdown.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard
line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. And now we'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 60 back, 60 back, Pablo, 18. Cup 19, Cup 19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
On the give, Krosky Merritt. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8.
Viking 18. Trap 50, trap 50. Mustang 19.
Daniels looking to throw. He's got a man on the comeback route. That's McLaurin.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Pass the 60, pass the 60.
That's good.
Viking 18.
1st down. 1st and goal, Washington.
Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Krosky Merritt. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Shot.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys. They had just lost the lead. That deficit sure didn't take long to erase. They return the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown.
Love the thunderbolt that just came out of that one. That puts them in the end zone and back in the lead. Your only question, your defense just gave up a score that puts you behind. Well, that score you just added on the board, will it energize them? Or do they have to go back out there and they're a tired unit? We'll soon see.
And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
To the air goes Daniels. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a gain of 5. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
19 tight, 19 tight. Go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Steady, Timberwolf. Rig alert, rig alert. Steady.
A give now to Bill. This is Krosky Merritt. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
The tackle by DeMarvion Overshown.
Buffalo 18.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Warriors,
The Cowboys 38-yard line.
60 Bobcats, 60, Dragons, 60. Ready,
Operating from the gun, Daniels. Throw left side, there's Schwartz with it. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
A gain of 4. And it's
Cooper 19. 18, Rattler, 8, Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready.
Here's Daniels. He'll try to pick it up himself. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the 1st down with his legs instead.
Get it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
Give to Krosky Merritt. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
That's another Washington 1st down. A 5-yard gain on the play. First down.
They'll run once more with JCM. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
2nd and 3 from the 9. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
Ready, go!
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go Street. 79 Broncos. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready?
Daniel's going to try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for 2 or go for 1?
I don't. I know you do, but I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally, because somewhere the chart's something's gonna pop out of the chart and say, hey man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, try to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the 4th quarter. Now they still trail by 1. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Here's 1st and 10.
Come on, come on. Go.
The drive starts with a run by Blue. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
41-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready, ready.
Back to throw. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
70 Rangers, 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now 3rd down and 1.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
19, Dragon, 60. Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Intercepted by the Commanders.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
It's a gain of 10. And the Commanders first down.
Let's go. Viking 18.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
The Commanders are moving on.